Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into BlockDAG.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's this blockchain project that's been, generating some buzz.
I've heard of it.
And for good reason, I think.
Yeah.
They just brought on this former leader from Cardano, and that's got a lot of people talking.
What does that even mean? Bringing on a leader?
Well, he was, I think, pretty high up at Cardano, and now he's part of the BlockDAG team.
So that's like a good sign, right?
Usually, I mean, that's what everyone's saying. Like, if they can attract talent like that, there must be something there.
Makes sense.
So if you're looking for the next big thing in blockchain, BlockDAG's definitely a project to keep an eye on.
Definitely.
But, what really sets them apart?
Yeah, what makes them special?
Let's take a deep dive into the team behind it.
Okay, yeah.
Starting with this article called Massive Power Move, Meet BlockDAG's newest ex-Cardano leader and the visionaries driving the revolution.
Sounds exciting.
It is it's a pretty bold title.
Okay, so who is this guy? The ex-Cardano leader.
All right, so his name is Marius Bock.
Okay.
And let me pull up his bio here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's got over 25 years of experience in blockchain, fintech, and software development.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know, right? And it's not just like random experience. He was actually leading crypto wallet development at Cardano.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal.
Big deal, yeah.
He was managing mobile money platforms for Visa across Africa.
That's really impressive.
And he also led these large-scale tech projects at companies like IBM and Naspers.
Okay, so like a serious player.
Yeah, he's not just, some random guy they picked up.
No.
Like, they really, they snagged a big fish.
So bring him onto BlockDAG. Like, what does that tell us? I mean, is it...
It's a power move, like they're serious.
About growth.
Yeah, about growth, about development, about, really becoming a major player in the space.
So that's a good thing for investors.
Potentially, yeah.
Potentially.
Like if they're really committed to building something big, then, the value of their token could go up.
Okay, so it's something to watch for sure.
Yeah, definitely something to watch.
All right, so we've got this new guy, Marius Bock, but what about the people who are already there?
Right, so the article really focuses on the CEO, Anthony Turner. They call him the visionary behind it all.
The visionary, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, he's got the experience to back it up.
Okay.
Over 30 years in fintech, education, and crypto.
Okay, so he's not just jumping on the bandwagon.
No, he's been around for a while.
Okay.
He co-founded Swissone Capital.
Oh, wow.
And he launched their first crypto index fund back in 2019.
Okay.
So, he's been through a crypto winter. He's seen the ups and downs.
That's important to have that kind of experience, to know what you're getting into, to have seen the good times and the bad times.
Exactly.
So what is he focused on with BlockDAG?
Well, the article mentions a few things. One is bridging traditional finance with crypto.
Okay, so making it more accessible.
Yeah, making it more understandable to everyone.
To everyday people.
Not just the tech savvy.
Right, because a lot of times crypto can feel really intimidating.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a whole different language.
Yeah, like you need a PhD to understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
And another focus is building a strong developer community.
Okay. Why is that important?
Well, I mean, if you want to create a thriving ecosystem, you need developers who are building applications, creating new use cases.
Makes sense, yeah.
It can't just be the core team. It needs to be a wider community.
So are they doing a good job of that? Attracting developers?
It seems like it, yeah. I mean, they've raised a lot of money.
How much?
The article says $180 million.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Under Turner's leadership.
Yeah, and they're about to launch on like 10 major crypto exchanges.
Okay, so they're definitely making moves.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
So that's good, right? I mean, $180 million,
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
But it also, puts a lot of pressure on them to deliver.
Yeah, because if they don't, then...
And then people are going to be like, hey, what happened to all that money?
Exactly, so it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's a lot to live up to.
Definitely.
But, if they can pull it off...
Then it could be huge.
Yeah, it could be huge.
Okay, so we've got the new guy, Marius Bock. We've got Anthony Turner, the CEO. Who else is on the team? Like, who else is important?
Well, they've also got a pretty impressive chief security officer.
Yeah.
His name is Yusuf Kolaj.
Security, that's important.
Yeah, especially in the crypto world.
Definitely. Yeah, you hear about all these hacks and scams all the time.
Right. You got to make sure your funds are safe.
So what makes this guy, what makes him the security guardian? I think the article called him that.
Yeah, security guardian. Pretty cool title.
It is.
Well, for one thing, he's got certifications as a metaverse expert and a smart contract auditor.
Okay, so he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he's not just, someone who took a weekend course.
No.
This is like serious credentials.
Okay, and what does that mean? Like, what does a smart contract auditor do?
Basically, they look for vulnerabilities in the code.
So they're trying to, like, break into the system?
Kind of, yeah. It's called red team hacking.
Red team hacking.
Yeah. They basically try to attack their own system to find weaknesses before the bad guys do.
So it's like a proactive approach to security.
Exactly. They're not just waiting for something bad to happen. They're trying to prevent it.
That's really important.
Yeah, and it builds trust, you know?
Yeah, because if you know that they're taking security seriously, then you're more likely to trust them with your money.
Exactly.
Okay, so they've got this security expert, but it's not just him, right?
Right. They've also got a whole board of advisors.
Advisors?
Yeah, like people from MIT, Harvard, Brown University.
Wow, so like a real brain trust.
Yeah, they've got Stephen Clark Martin. He's a specialist in blockchain ecosystems and DAOs.
Okay.
And Maurice Herlihy, he's like a world-renowned computer scientist and expert in distributed systems.
Okay, so it's not just about the core team, it's about the people they surround themselves with.
Exactly. They're building a network of expertise.
Okay, so we've got experience, we've got vision, and we've got security. What makes BlockDAG's leadership like stand out from the crowd? What are they doing differently?
Well, the article talks about the importance of transparency in leadership.
Transparency?
Yeah, like being open about their plans, their progress, their challenges.
Okay, and why is that important? Especially in crypto.
Well, in a space where, things can feel really anonymous.
Yeah, like who are these people?
Right, and there's a lot of, scams and rug pulls and all that stuff.
So transparency can help build trust.
Exactly. If you can see who's behind the project, if they're willing to put their faces out there.
Yeah, to show that they're real people.
Then you're more likely to trust them.
Okay, and are they doing a good job of that, being transparent?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're putting their leadership front and center. They're sharing their roadmap. They're doing AMAs.
So they're not just talking about innovation. They're showing the people behind the revolution.
Exactly. And I think that makes a big difference.
It's like you're not just investing in a project. You're investing in a team.
Yeah, and that team has a vision, and they're committed to transparency.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
What do you think? Does that give you more confidence as a potential investor?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, knowing who's steering the ship and knowing that they're willing to be open about their plans,
yeah,
it makes a big difference.
All right, so far so good. They've got an incredible team, but what about the tech?
Yeah, what about the technology itself? Is it just other blockchain, or is there something more to it?
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the team behind BlockDAG, but let's get into the tech itself.
Yeah, what are they actually building?
Right, so they're not just another blockchain. They're using this thing called a directed acyclic graph.
A what?
A directed acyclic graph, or DAG for short.
Okay, DAG, got it.
Yeah, and it's a pretty different approach.
Different from a blockchain.
Yeah, like you're probably familiar with how traditional blockchains work, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like a chain of blocks, each block contains transactions.
Right, and they're all linked together in a linear sequence.
So what's different about a DAG?
Well, instead of a single chain, imagine it more like a network of interconnected transactions.
Okay, so not a chain, but a network.
Yeah, kind of like a spider web.
Spider web. Okay, that's an interesting way to visualize it.
Yeah, and this structure, it allows for much faster processing.
Faster processing, why is that?
Because multiple transactions can be handled simultaneously.
Oh, okay, so instead of waiting in line, they can all happen at once.
Exactly, it's like, think of it like a highway. With a blockchain, it's like everyone's stuck in one lane.
Okay.
But with a DAG, it's like you've got multiple lanes open, so things can flow much more smoothly.
So faster transactions, smoother experience, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty big advantage, especially when you think about how important speed is in today's world.
Definitely. Like, nobody wants to wait around for their transactions to go through.
Exactly, but there's always a trade-off, right?
Yeah, what's the catch?
Well, one trade-off is complexity.
Complexity.
Yeah, DAG technology is still relatively new compared to blockchains.
Okay.
And it requires a higher level of technical expertise to develop and manage.
So it's not as easy to work with.
Not as easy, no, but I mean, that's where BlockDAG's team comes in.
Right. They've got all those experienced developers.
Exactly, and even a world-renowned computer scientist on their advisory board.
So they're not just winging it.
No, they've got the brain power to handle it.
Okay, good. So we've got speed and a team that can handle the complexity. What about security?
Yeah, that's a good question. Doesn't this branching structure make DAGs more vulnerable to attacks?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, it seems like there are more points of failure.
Right, but actually, DAGs can be just as secure, if not more so, than traditional blockchains.
Really? How so?
Well, they use a consensus mechanism that requires multiple confirmations from different branches of the graph.
Okay, so it's not just one point of verification, it's multiple.
Exactly. So if a hacker wanted to change a transaction, they wouldn't just have to compromise one block, they'd have to compromise multiple branches across the entire web.
So it's like having multiple security checkpoints instead of just one.
Exactly. Much harder to break through.
Okay, so we've got speed, security, and a team that knows what they're doing. But how does all this translate into real-world benefits?
Yeah, like what can you actually do with this technology?
Well, the potential applications are vast. Think about things like instant and practically free micropayments.
Micropayments.
Yeah, like imagine being able to send tiny fractions of a cent
Okay.
for things like reading an article, listening to a song.
Oh, interesting. So no more subscriptions, just pay as you go.
Exactly. It could revolutionize online content creation.
Wow, that would be huge for creators.
Yeah, and it's not just about content. Think about supply chains.
Supply chains.
Yeah, with BlockDAG's speed and transparency, every step of a product's journey could be tracked and verified on an immutable ledger.
Okay, so you'd know exactly where your product came from every step of the way.
Exactly, and that would reduce fraud, counterfeiting, increase accountability.
So you'd have more confidence in the products you buy.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. Faster transactions, enhanced security, a wider range of potential applications. But is it all just hype?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah, are they overpromising?
Well, the crypto world has seen its fair share of projects that made big promises but failed to deliver. But I think BlockDAG has a few things going for it. Firstly, their team has a proven track record.
Right, they've already achieved some significant milestones.
Exactly, they've secured substantial funding, they've forged partnerships with industry leaders.
And they're being transparent about their progress.
Yeah, sharing their roadmap and vision with the community.
They're not hiding in the shadows.
Exactly, and while they are ambitious, their goals are grounded in a realistic assessment of the technology's potential.
Okay, so they're not trying to boil the ocean.
No, they're focused on delivering tangible benefits.
Benefits that can actually improve people's lives.
Exactly.
So they're walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly.
But let's be real, there are a ton of blockchain projects out there.
Yeah, what makes BlockDAG stand out?
Right. What's their unique selling proposition?
Well, I think it's the combination of factors we've been discussing.
Okay.
The innovative DAG technology, the experienced leadership team, the emphasis on security and transparency, the commitment to building a vibrant community.
So it's not just one thing, it's the whole package.
Exactly. They're not just building a platform, they're creating an ecosystem.
An ecosystem that empowers developers, users, and investors.
Exactly.
It's like they've taken the best aspects of other successful projects and added their own twist.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so interesting.
But ultimately, the market decides.
True. We'll have to see how it all plays out.
All right, so before we move on, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned about BlockDAG.
Okay.
They've got the team, the technology, the vision, but what about the future? All right, so we've talked about the team, the tech, the vision, and now let's look ahead.
Yeah, what's next for BlockDAG?
What are their plans for the future?
Well, they've got some pretty ambitious goals.
Okay, like what?
Well, remember those global hackathons they're planning?
With Hacker Earth.
Yeah, with Hacker Earth. That's not just a publicity stunt.
Right.
They're aiming to launch over 200 projects from those hackathons.
Wow, 200 projects.
Yeah, that's a huge influx of creativity and development.
Potentially leading to some really groundbreaking applications.
Yeah, exactly. New use cases we haven't even thought of yet.
It's a great way to boost the ecosystem.
Yeah, get more developers involved.
And potentially uncover some hidden gems.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, they've definitely got the funds to support it, right?
Yeah, $180 million from that presale.
Gives them some serious firepower.
Exactly. And they're not just sitting on that money.
Right.
They're investing it back into the ecosystem.
Building partnerships, fostering development.
Expanding their reach.
It sounds like they're thinking long term.
Yeah, not just looking for a quick profit.
And they're clearly committed to keeping the community in the loop.
Yeah, they've got their first AMA of the year coming up.
Which is a great opportunity for anyone to, ask questions.
Hear directly from the leadership team.
That level of open communication and transparency is crucial.
Especially in the crypto world.
Where things can often feel, opaque.
Yeah, secretive.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We delved into BlockDAG's leadership technology and vision for the future.
It's an impressive project.
But the article asks this intriguing question.
Yeah?
Could BlockDAG be a dark horse in the race to redefine blockchain technology?
It's definitely a possibility.
I mean, they seem to have a lot of the ingredients needed for success.
They do, but the crypto landscape is constantly evolving.
Right.
Competition is fierce.
So only time will tell if they can truly live up to their potential.
Yeah, but it's exciting to watch.
It is. I mean, it's exciting to see a project that's not just trying to replicate what others have done.
Right.
They're pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
challenging conventions.
Building something truly unique.
I agree. And whether they become the next Bitcoin or Ethereum is almost beside the point.
Yeah.
The fact that they're driving innovation and pushing the industry forward is what makes them stand out.
I think that's a great takeaway.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into BlockDAG, I'm left wondering, with all the advancements in blockchain technology,
Yeah.
the passionate communities, the influx of brilliant minds,
It's an exciting time to be involved in this space.
what role do you think crypto will play in shaping the future?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is, and I don't think anyone has the answer yet.
But it's fascinating to watch it all unfold.
It is. These are exciting times, and the possibilities are truly limitless.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into BlockDAG.
It was a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.